that every human being is being invited by source energy to write so that that person can raise his vibration. So I'm going to read the book and then I'm going to give you my understanding from the book, The Sapiential Discourses, Universal Wisdom, Book 2. Page 182 for the people who wants to follow. After that, we ask all of them about their relationships with their mothers. We interject at this point the truth that they must clear out any karmic issues with their mothers. No, it matters not if their mothers are alive or dead, as you understand those terms. I want to emphasize again that this book has been written, given to us by source. All there is, was, and ever shall be, that which you call God. Whatever the case may be, we ask them to write letters to their mothers. In the letters, we ask them to put all questions that they think they may need to ask to their mothers. We tell them to put any feeling about their relationship, how it is, how it was, how they thought it should be, all in the letter. We further ask them to put any disappointments with any actions, behaviors, or decisions into the letter. At the conclusion of the letter, we ask them to put the following statement: Mother, I love you very much, and I apologize for not accepting you exactly as you are. If the person's mother has transitioned from this plane, we ask him or her to also include this statement: I release you. So basically, when you are writing your release letter, Source is actually inviting you to put something very specific in the letter. You see, ever since we were born to the age that we reached now, so many emotional stuff happened between us and our parents, right? And most of those stuff, we actually never address them. And sometimes you can be driving or you can be working and a thought about that thing that happened 20 years ago is going to come. You're going to smile at it, or you're going to be sad at it, or you're going to cry about it for a second or a minute, maybe even hours, depending on how deep you felt it, right? So Source is actually inviting you to put everything in a letter that you're addressing to each of your parents, in this case, the mother, and make sure that you can lay out everything in there. And you also have those specific sentences that needs to be in there. Mother, I love you very much, and I apologize for not accepting you exactly as you are. So many of us grew up and developed some kind of resentment towards our parents, stuff that we feel like they won't be able to understand us. I don't feel safe sharing this with my mom. Here, Source, that which you call God, is actually telling you that it is important for you to write that specific letter to your mother and to insert that sentence. And also, if unfortunately your mom passed away, your release letter must have the following sentence: I release you. To release the person, because all the energy from your parent is attached on your being, and by adding it in the letter, you are now about to completely release it out to the universe. But it continues. If you just joined the live, I am reading to you the recommendation from Source, that which you call God, in regard of the relationship that you have with your mother, so that you can raise your vibration. After completing the letter, we ask everyone to take it to a place sacred to them and us, read it out loud, and then burn it. We inform them that as the smoke dissipates in the wind, so shall any resentment with their mothers disappear. After that, we ask them if they will do this for themselves, meaning it will be beneficial for you to also write a release letter to yourself about all the things that you are not proud of, all the things that you did in the past before you knew what you know now. It will highly serve you to write to yourself a release letter where you're going to put all the emotions that you feel towards yourself. Let's say a few years ago, you were mean to someone, to a partner, to a brother, to a sister. You did something because you were at a complete different mindset back in the days, and now you realize that what you did wasn't for your highest good and not for the highest good of that person. Source is actually inviting you to write a release letter to yourself so that you can completely release that energy from your being. Because this is what happens. You did that thing 5 years ago, 2 years ago, but now you know better, right? But you still keep blaming yourself. You still keep talking bad to yourself in your mind. Well, that self-talk is actually responsible of the experience that you go through in life. Therefore, by writing a release letter to yourself, and in that letter you put all the emotions that you feel toward yourself, make sure to put it in a letter that you're going to write like this. And the more you can put in the letter, the better. Because by doing that, you are going to release from yourself all those negative emotions that you feel about yourself, all the blaming, right? You know, you did something and then you blame yourself. No one knows that you're doing that, but you know what you're doing to yourself, right? You have to put it in a release letter, right? You put everything in there. Everything that you ever thought about yourself that you did wrong, you put it in the letter. Everything that you did that you're super proud of yourself, make sure to put it in the letter. You have to write a minimum of 2 pages to yourself. You put everything in there. All the things that you know you're still doing and you want to stop doing them. Let's say now you are blocked in a cycle of nothingness. You are blocked in a cycle of smoking weed every day 24/7. Or you are blocked in a cycle of drinking alcohol 24/7 and you want to get out of that, right? When you come to your senses and you are clear in your mind and you start realizing, damn, I smoked again today. Oh, damn, I drank alcohol again yesterday. I shouldn't have. Well, you see, that self-talk is actually maintaining you at that level. So what Source, God, is recommending to you is to write a release letter to yourself where you put everything, all your emotions, everything that you feel about yourself. Make sure to put it in the letter, and let's continue. We further explain that the letter is for them, not their mothers. So if you were there before, I was talking about the release letters that must be addressed to your mom, correct? Now Source is saying that once you write that letter, it's not for your mother to read it. That's not the goal. It is for you and only you. Only you can read that letter out loud and burn it. If their mothers are still living, we ask them to contact them and let them know that they love and appreciate them. Especially using this phrase, I need to let you know that I love and appreciate you. Listen, when Source told me to call my mother and to say this sentence to my mother, I was like, it was few weeks, like 2 months before my wedding. I was like, come on, do I have to do that? But Source told me, do that. Her spirit needs to hear this. Guys, when I was a teenager, I wasn't an easy kid. I did some things that are really for the records, right? But it's also based on the information that I was around at that age. And amongst those information, there are certain that I accepted as truth. Let's say now you start hanging out with 10 people that take cocaine every day, right? And you never did it. You never took cocaine. But now all your 10 besties are sniffing cocaine every day. What do you think is going to happen to you? What do you think is you're going to end up sniffing cocaine as well. Why? Because they are in your environment. So when Source told me to do that, honestly, I didn't feel like it. But Source told me, do that before your wedding. Her spirits need that. And guess what? I did it. I did it. It wasn't the easiest conversation, man. And I thought I would say that and then, we would go back to a normal conversation. No. She brought the conversation deeper and she said stuff that I didn't want to hear. I wanted to disappear. I couldn't. I had to go through it myself. But I'm telling you, it only helped to make the whole situation better with my mom and I. So I guarantee you, once you're going to jump and write the release letter to your mother, minimum 4 pages. Release letters are directed to parents, so your mother, your father, Every single person that you were in a sexual relationship with must also receive a release letter. When I say receive, it's not that you're going to write it and send it to them. The goal of the release letter is for you to completely remove all the negative energy from those relationships that are still attached to yourself. I'm telling you, when you're going to write your release letters, minimum 4 pages for each parent, and when you're done, you read them out loud and you burn it, you're going to see the crazy great things that are going to happen in your life. You're going to be like, what is this? What is this? Right? Let's continue. Okay. We tell everyone that they need not to explain why they are making the statement. Additionally, if they are asked why they made the statement, we tell them to let their mother know that they just needed them. They just needed them to know. That's it. So once you call your mom or when you're face to face to her and you tell her this sentence, I need to let you know that I love you and appreciate you. If your mother asks you why are you saying that, all you have to do is, oh no, mom, I just wanted to let you know. That's it. No need to say, oh yeah, it's because source told me or because God told me, because she might not be right now at the level to understand what you are doing. But I am telling you, what's going to shift in your life, you're not ready. Additionally, okay, the audio. After that, we say that we will take care of the rest. So all you have to do is to play your part that source is inviting you to do, and then the rest is going to be taken care of by the universe, by source. We tell everyone to do the same with their fathers. So everything that I just mentioned for the mother, you can, and it is the highest recommendation for you to also do that. If anyone in their direct bloodline has transitioned, we ask them to write the same kind of letter to those people. If anyone in their direct bloodline is alive, we ask them to contact those people and tell them the same thing they told their mothers and father, right? So, again, practical here. What did I have to do? Source told me to actually write thank you letters with that with that sentence. You have no idea how much I appreciate you. And I send it to all my brothers and sisters. And it generated a huge wave of love and smile and happiness in the family, or at least in the relationship that I'm having with them. So, guys, I'm telling you, I'm not here to present myself as someone who mastered everything. I am just the vessel that Source is using in order to reach you. Because I am making this because Source knows there are people out there who needs this. So if you come across this information, I highly recommend you to take action on what you just heard. Pause the video, make sure to write down all the recommendations that I'm giving you. And I can guarantee you, because I went through this, that all you gotta do is to apply. All you gotta do is to apply, and then you're gonna see the shift happening to your life. Because you already know you are Source energy. You are every day being God. Now Source is coming with recommendations. Will you listen? Let's continue. We tell them that their relatives need to hear this from them, that their relatives will not tell them, but we will, and that they need to have the same statement reciprocated to them, because everyone needs to know that they are loved and appreciated. You hear that? So Source said, your sisters and brothers might not tell you the same, but their spirit needs to hear that, and your time will come, you also deserve to hear that. These letters and statements are very powerful, and the mental sometimes does not grasp how such a simple thing can make a difference in a relationship, but it can. So Source again is telling us, you humans, you always want things to be big. You always want things to be extravagant. You always want things, to be all over your face. Well, we are coming here today with something so simple, yet you just have to trust us because we are everything. Continuing, we let the participants know that they do not need to approve of their parents, and their parents need not approve of them. for their parents gave them the one gift that they were supposed to, life, if nothing else. We let them know that their parents did the best they could with what they had and the information that they received. For me, this was changing, mind-blowing. They received, even if it was misinformation. I'm going to say that again. We let them know that their parents did the best they could with what they had and the information that they received, even if it was misinformation. Then we ask them if they understand. So you see, it doesn't matter what you think that the parent did to you or didn't do for you, or what they should have done or could have done. They did everything they did based on only one thing: the environment and the informations that they were around, and among those informations, they ended up accepting things as truth. That's it. That's it. They couldn't have behaved differently. Impossible. I was watching a video that my wife recorded recently when we were in Los Angeles, and in that video she said, now I can think about having a house in Beverly Hills. Before I actually came here, it was difficult or impossible for me to actually grasp that idea. So you see, the same happened to your parents. If they stayed in the same environment their whole life, if they always were surrounded by the same like-minded people, how could you expect them to see life the way you are seeing it right now? Instead, you can now start having compassion for them, because now you can be like, oh wow, despite the environment that they were in, look everything that they were able to accomplish. Because at some point, to become who they became, they had to let go of themselves. Do you think you are in any way different than your parents? You're not. They also had to fight with self-love, with needing approval from their parents, making their own choices in life, and standing for themselves. They went through the same things, right? But at some point, they may have realized, damn, it's so difficult to do that. I'm going to pass. I'm just going to follow this route. That's what happened to all. Can't you see people around you? Don't you see how it works? Like the way you want to dress, the way you want to create your content, the topic that you want to mention, and then you still think about what other people are going to think. It happened to your parents as well. Now is the time to come with way more compassion. Understand them and love them for everything that they did, even the stuff that they didn't do for you, and especially the things that they did to you that you're not happy about. Guys, thank you for those amazing 18 minutes. I loved every single second being here with you, and make sure to subscribe to the channel, because in this channel, we are going to gather so many people to help the masses fully remember how amazing we are, how magnificent we are, because we are God. We are love itself. We are all there is, was, and ever shall be. Now, make sure to read your mantras out loud every day so that those mantras can fully be integrated into yourself and you can become a better person. Make sure to have your mantra written on your screensaver of your phone or on the mirror of the. You must read your I am every day. Whatever you want to become, whatever you want to achieve, write short I am sentences that will help your being absorb those words, and you are going to slowly become that. It is the law of the universe, not a law made by the police or the politicians, talking about the law that makes the sun rises every day, right? Make sure to do that, guys, and give yourself grace. Don't be too quick to see the result. Give yourself 30 days. Give yourself 60 days, and you're going to see. We are already in 2026. Yesterday was 2022. Yesterday was 2020, right? So the time is going to go by anyway. Make sure to state your mantra every day, and you're going to see how your life is going to change. And I have to be honest, sometimes I fell off. Sometimes even me, I'm like, I'm not going to do it today. And then you let go 1 day, 2 days, and then it's 2 weeks, right? But Source says it's not a big deal. Just get back on. Just get back on your horse and keep going, because what else are you going to do? You are still alive. And so yesterday, I think I'm going to do another live. Right after this, I'm going to do another live. Because Source is saying your life wasn't supposed to be a series of problems and issues. Source is saying that if you are suffering right now and you've been suffering, it's because that's what you desire. Source is saying that you are such a creator that you can change anything. if you just but wish and desire, if you just but remember how powerful you are. Listen, what is the life that you're living right now? Do you remember how a few years ago it was so difficult? You had so many issues. Maybe there was bills that you couldn't pay, or your lover left you and you felt like you were nothing. Look at you now shining. Look at you now. That's how powerful you are. That's how powerful you are. You can do anything. You can do anything. And to do that, you have to lie here, lie to yourself, completely block the noise from outside. Make yourself a vision board. Make yourself a vision board. You know why? The same way that when you eat or when you drink a juice or Coca-Cola, whatever, you never tell to your body how to manage the food that you just ingest. You don't even think about that. Few hours later, you need to pee or you need to do a number 2. When you swallow a pill, you never tell to your body what to do with the pill. The body already knows everything. The same thing happens when you put your vision board. I swear, maybe you don't even have to, even if you make no effort into looking at it, you are so powerful that all the data of your vision board is constantly being analyzed by your being. And by doing that, you are giving to your being a target, a goal to accomplish. Make sure that you do your vision board, and 2026 is going to be a year for the books. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next live after a short break.